We're the Thunder Kids.
Fuck it, we'll do it live, okay?
Okay. Welcome to Day Vibes with the Thunder Kids. I'm Matthew.
I'm Brittany, and we be vibing.
And we
Oh my
today
God.
are talking about our communication styles, our communication skills, and how we
lack thereof.
don't do it very well. Yeah.
We're not the best in the present. We're
Yeah.
amazing. Honestly, we're pretty fucking great.
Here's the thing. Like I can do a short phone call, but the phone call's got to be less than like 30 seconds. Hopefully it's like to do like a specific
like an actionable item.
Yes, an actionable thing.
Correct.
And same thing with texts. Like if I have to text, it's a forward putting in communication, but I don't need a response. I don't need to respond to you. And like, I don't know, because if you text once, it's going to text again. If you text more, and you just snowballs, and then you're spending all day texting.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, I'd rather you call me, but then you don't. Like, I don't have time to actually talk to you. Don't actually call me. Don't want to do that.
A lot of times, those phone calls do last hours. I mean, we talk on the phone for hours sometimes, and it happens.
We do, and it does happen. But like, we're cool with that because we need to catch up.
Yeah. But it's not happening every day. Like, oh my good God.
Oh my God. The people who communicate every day with I can't. I physically cannot. At work, great. There's like a function. There's a specific reason for all of this. But I come home and I'm one, fucking tired.
Yeah.
Two, I
just
don't want anything to do with my phone. Like no. I want to be alone in my silence and just chilling. I don't want to answer anything. And I know people get irritated. I call it Dallas syndrome.
I'm not having a conversation.
Yeah,
this is my alone
anybody. Time. Like I'm not like it's nothing against you, dog. I don't want anybody to speak to me. I don't want to listen to anything. I don't want to have to process anything.
Free of communication.
Yes. But okay, so like in Peace Corps, first of all, I got into WhatsApp, and then WhatsApp was like, okay, cool, you can leave massive fucking messages. And one night, even
the walkie-talkie messages.
Well, the Hey Tell back in the day too.
And
those are like a 10-second thing. And then the voice messages. So, you kind of get sucked into those. And we would send like 15-minute long, 10-minute long, and you're just like sitting there listening.
It's very easy to monologue for 10 minutes.
Very easy.
Let me tell you.
Go for it. But then it gets to the point that you're like, I don't have that 10 minutes. And you push it off for like weeks. Dallas started doing that, and then I was like, "Fuck, I'm just as bad." Like I'm
just as bad.
Like, I'm
because I have to listen to it, and if I have to listen to it, I have to
and process.
And that is like probably 8 or 7 or how many ever points that they're trying to thing. And if you have to respond, you have to get to each point.
Correct.
I've had that where I'm like, pause.
I've had to write down like
oh shit!
What is she actually? Myself to
this is a thing that I have to respond about. That's like minute 7 out of 15. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I've been there. I've done that.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
And like I know that people really want to communicate. People hang out with people too a lot. Like I don't hang out. Like my Monday through Friday nights are for me and me only. I need respite, okay?
Pre-pandemic, I was a lot more social, and then nowadays, now that I have my own apartment and I live by myself, it is going to work and then coming home, and that is about it. And then it's occasional weekends, and then I'll see you when I see you.
And it's funny because so like we talk basically once a week because of this podcast.
For sure.
Chatting, texting,
face to face through a screen. Yeah. But we also do a lot of
and Instagram video. Like people communicate, but they don't communicate, which is interesting. But we're in communication. Mom is also in our group chat, just texting like certain things,
and she hates it that I don't respond to text messages.
She hates it. She'll be like, "Is Matthew alive?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Haven't heard from him either."
And it's like, oh man, like I'll see you in like 5 days at your house.
Yes,
in person.
Like,
I will be there. Like, oh my gosh.
Like people think that I talk to the parents a lot more than I actually do. Like, I think mom and
Oh,
I have a phone conversation like once a month. You and I probably have a phone conversation like once a month.
yeah,
Like, and then it's a long one. It's a chunk. It's a hefty guy. But like, I
yeah,
don't need to know what you're constantly doing
no,
at all time. And then you see photos. Now we're all connected. They're all online. So it's just like,
yeah.
oh, mom and dad
If
went to the gardens this weekend.
uh-huh,
Awesome.
yeah,
Like they're alive.
for
Check.
sure, for sure. And it's like a lot of times I figure out what my buddies are doing by what their
Yeah,
wives and girlfriends post.
yeah,
It's like, oh, that's where they were.
yeah.
That's why that's why we didn't have poker
And
night.
nowadays, I do find it interesting because people, I think they know how your vacation was based on social media. You see all the good parts and you're like, "Damn, that was a good vacation." But they're not coming in and like talking to you or like texting like, "Hey, how was your vacation?" Like no one's like you've already talked about it in a way. You've seen through it that you're like, "Oh, cool, acknowledge they've been there. I've liked it. They've seen it. We all know he's, blah, 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 blah." We don't even need to talk
Why?
about it.
Yeah, move on.
Move on, which is crazy because that's like where all of our life experiences come from is
Yeah,
like all of our
human
talking about
beings
it,
are
but no
supposed to
one is
tell
talking.
stories. Yeah,
Yes, storytelling is such a beautiful
they got the gist. They got the cliff notes
in the present,
in the
in the
present.
present. I don't need to hear
Oh, but
all of
yeah,
the
no,
things all the
I am
time.
notoriously bad for responding to texts. Like sometimes it'll be weeks, and then I'll think I responded to a text,
Mm.
come up with 3 or 4 different options on the response, and then just never actually
Oh,
put it to thumb and
naughty.
it, you know. But
Yes.
I've been told that it is quite the a dick move. Yeah.
I would say it's a good move. Yes.
It's a
Yes, yes, yes.
classic old dick move, yeah,
Well,
so but it's like,
but it's
sometimes I just like being myself in my peace, and then, like, I use my phone for access to the interwebs. It's like
yes.
I'm on my phone all the time, and I'm
Yeah.
using Reddit, I'm
Yeah.
using, YouTube, and I'm
Yep.
watching, things, and I'm listening to music, but, that doesn't mean that does not mean I want to be responding to text all the time, having conversations with
Correct.
my homies. But
Yes.
like I'm a guy that like if there's plans and if there's a thing, an event or something live in person, I'm there.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
there.
Yeah.
Like
We can
that's
chat then. Let's catch
I'll have
up.
stories to tell. I'll have stories
Exactly.
to
It'll
tell.
make it so much better. Like,
Oh
I
my
am down
gosh.
to not see people for an extended period of time. Years.
Yeah.
Years. Peace Corps
Yeah.
was very eye-opening. Like, I'm gone for 2 years. Like, bye.
Bye.
And then I
Yeah.
moved to Illinois, and I'm just, like, away from people now a
Yeah.
lot. I'm very isolated in that
That's
way.
super old school. I mean, they used to letters. How did they
Let
get
I still write
communications
letters.
for all of human history? Like
Yes.
they either had to walk their asses over there, they had to get on a boat, and they had to put the mail back. They had to get on a horse and go down the roads. I mean, that's why they
And
had
not
like
die of scurvy or any other thing that'll get you.
yeah, no bandits, no
Yeah,
foreign
like what
armies
or
on the
maybe there's
road.
a fire and your
Oh
mail
gosh,
burns, like, who knows?
who knows?
Mail back in the day, like, that would take now we're like,
Months,
first of all, people
months.
don't do mail, which is really sad because I thoroughly love a good
Yeah.
letter, and mom will, like, sit
And
down
then
sometimes and, like, write me a letter and then keep adding to it, and then I'll get, like, an 8-page chunker in the mail, and it's just all over the place, and I freaking love it, and it's dated, like, each section, and it's such a nice little thing, and when she gets her letters from
yeah,
Garnet, she, like, takes them and then, like, goes in her room and, like, sits and you, like, take your time to read it because
yeah,
that took time, and then you've got now
got a
weeks to kinda
collection.
respond, and you're
Mhm,
just
mhm.
yeah, you've got thoughts and, like, you can come back to it. It's something physical too, which is nice. But yeah, so it took months back then. Now we're in like a,
You're
3,
just
4
constantly
day
expected to respond. Like,
yeah,
oh my gosh, it's the expectation that I respond. And then
it
especially
is an
like
expectation.
talking to girls, like if I don't respond within, minutes, like
Yeah.
that's part of my anxiety on it. Like I just don't want to even engage just
Yeah.
because I know if I have to like constantly respond and if I do not, then it's not I that's proof I am not interested, oh gosh, then I'm not interested in anything.
Yeah.
Like it's
But
the craziest thing.
you gotta find some girl. Somebody gonna match my freak. Somebody gonna match my freak. Yeah,
But
I
I
think,
mean, like,
yeah, absolutely.
te-
It gives off a vibe, but at the same time, you gotta find people that also, understand that because we
live
want
in
to
the
live
present.
in the present.
Live in the present. The present. Yeah, no. So it's always crazy to me about the the speed and the expectations of response. Because yeah, back in the day, you did not know if your mail was going to get across the Atlantic, and oh goodness, you're waiting for legislation from Great Britain in the American colonies, and then it takes 3 months to get the mail over there. They have to talk about it and deliberate, and then they have to take another 3 months to get on back.
It's
Like
crazy.
people had business dealings and it took like 3 or 4 years to go like to one side of the world and come back. It's nuts.
It's
And
nuts. And you have to,
you
one,
just hope
survive
and
that.
pray and think, oh my gosh,
Two,
my husband's alive, he came
he's
back.
home.
Like
Crazy.
so you guys could wait for it. You guys could wait a week for a
Yeah,
text
chill
back.
the
Like
fuck
chill
out.
the fuck
Sit
out.
down, be humble.
Texts are emails, and emails do not need to be answered.
Okay, I like that. Say that again, please. Say that again.
So texts are emails, and
Text or
emails
email, basically.
and
They are
emails
now.
they are, and emails don't need to be answered.
Retweet.
You know.
I like that. Yeah. Just
But
hit me in the present. But also it's like hard to catch me in the present because I'm doing my shit. And I'm also an adult now that wants to do kind of what I want
yeah,
to do. I'm trying to
yeah,
be better at being like,
yeah.
nah.
Everybody nowadays is just trying to be living in the present and then turn off the phone.
Yeah, it's kinda coming back, like,
It's
concerts, I've noticed, like, little less phones out, like, people
mhm,
are a
mhm,
little
mhm.
more immersed in life. Because it's like, okay, think about how many fucking photos you take and videos. I do not go back through them. I pay for space in the
Yeah,
clouds for videos of
yeah.
shows
You're
and
never
things
gonna.
that I've done. When am I gonna go back to high school and
In
college and, like, look
in
at all of these things?
you
Like,
will in like 30, 40 years, and it'll be nice.
and maybe, like, one thing a night. I don't need to have a slew of
Exactly.
memories from one evening that was
Yeah,
great. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
would rather have, like, yes, I want photo evidence if they're great photos, but I don't need to be living for the photo. I need to be living for whatever's happening around me.
exactly.
I wanna be
Yeah,
experiencing the present.
the present. Yeah.
Yeah, communication is an interesting, and I mean, I have a minor in communications in
Isn't
college.
that whoa, really?
Crazy. So, like, interpersonal communications, emotional intelligence, I'm
Oh,
all down into that. But again, that's in the present. That's body language and how you just present. I don't know. There's so many things that you can't catch
yeah.
even on a FaceTime. It's just like a very
There's a lot of times where I cannot pick up what the vibe of a text is, and then I have to like double check with somebody else, be like, "Hey, is this like a positive or negative thing, or like what?
yeah.
Wait, like you just
And it,
don't
like,
get the
depends on
context
the
cues."
person.
Yeah,
'Cause mom always texts just like, "K." She's not pissed. She doesn't hate you.
no,
She just is efficient as
okay,
hell. "K."
yeah,
You know? Done. Got it. Heard. I mean, same, right? It's
right, yeah,
efficiency. So, and I think too, if
and
you're gonna
then
communicate, it's either like I don't know. I don't even get that deep. I'm not like a big deep talking human communication
yeah,
spirit. I'm just a vibe. I'm absorbing what is happening around me and the nature. I don't know if that's like a bad thing. I don't think that makes me shallow by any means, but I ain't that deep.
you can get deep, but oh man, sometimes it's taxing, and you're just like, I just want to
It's a
be
lot of
here.
energy to be,
Like
like,
you could
deep in
just be here
conversation and
and just
yeah,
yeah, and just
and
like
I feel like
breezy.
I feed off of more the energy, and I can just feel like I am content with another human
Yeah.
beside me, honestly, in silence, and, like, communicating through the vibe.
Oh yeah. It is very nice when you can have those humans where you can listen to a full album in silence on a car ride, on a road trip, and then it's all chill. Ah,
Blessed be
blessed be
thine
those
humans.
friendships. Oh, yeah.
They're
Good
the
times.
best.
Yeah.
We love to do that. So we're good at that. Sometimes we don't even have music on. We'll like choose talking over music.
Oh, yeah,
And
for
then we'll
sure.
switch from music to like silence speaking,
Yeah.
which is just nice.
Yeah. And I
We're
know
just pretty fucking calm.
you listen or you don't listen to music sometimes in your car when you're driving. I do that as well. A lot of times in the
Yeah.
mornings, I just kind of forget. I always turn on and off my
Yep.
music.
Power.
Sometimes it just is too loud and I forget to turn it down. So I just turn it off
Yep.
whenever I turn
Yep.
down the car.
Yep.
So, yeah, sometimes it's silence,
Yeah.
just driving.
And it's all
And
good in the
I'm just like,
hood.
listening to my hood. Really, that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to figure out if my car is shit or not.
And what's the verdict on that?
Right now it's good.
All right.
It's still good.
It's a good
You know?
week. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right.
No. I mean, it's no longer the Cobalt. So, gosh,
Oof, that thing rattled like no tomorrow.
that
That
thing,
thing communicated.
that thing, yeah, that communicated something dire, and you had to just turn up the music to drown it out. Like,
Oh
oh
my
my
god,
goodness.
so bad. I thought I was gonna die every time I was sitting there. It like shook you to death.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah. What else do you got on communication? I mean,
Yeah, it's
we're not
just,
the
oh
best
my
at it.
goodness,
We live in the
that's not the
present.
best.
And I
Yeah,
know we're
and
probably, or maybe we are the majority. I mean, I feel like there are quite a bit of people, or
but
maybe not.
like for us, I know, like, I haven't seen friends for like 5 years or,
Yeah,
8 years. We could hang out for a whole weekend and it would be totally great and fine.
absolutely.
At
Like
least
right back
that
where you
is it
started.
in my mind. I do not know if we're 100% sure if those other individuals would say the same, though.
That's true.
Like,
That's
for me,
yeah.
oh, yeah, but,
It's great.
like, oh,
Pop in, pop
sometimes,
out.
yeah, I do. I am always anxious if it's not the same on the receiving end. Like, oh, God. Am I just an
Oh, but that's
asshole who
like
hasn't
so
talked
out
to
of
them
your
in forever?
control.
But, like, yeah.
You can't
Yeah, I
control
know.
that. But yeah, no, that's something that a
Because,
normal
like,
human would think
man,
about.
I need to talk to my old friends more.
I know sometimes I do think that, and then
And
I
then,
obviously
like,
don't, so
and then
it's
I
not
suck
great.
at it. Yeah.
But
But
all
then I don't
we
even
need
talk to
is like
my
a
friends here.
Christmas letter, you know what I mean? Like one
Yeah.
signature thing, and it's like, you got me all year
Um,
round. You know what I mean?
yeah, but then it's like, yeah,
I
I
mean,
get you.
yes, you should, coulda, woulda, shoulda been better.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda,
Coulda,
always.
shoulda, woulda.
And in the future, it's nothing stopping me except for myself.
Yeah.
Oh, but am I? No, I'm gonna be peace in mind. Oh my goodness, I'm just gonna be in silence in my perfect apartment, playing guitar, doing nothing, talking to
Oh,
nobody, and then
man.
complaining to you and everybody else that I'm lonely. But it's
My
really, I
gosh.
don't want to talk to anybody. So here I
My
am, not
gosh.
talking to anybody.
Don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game, Matthew.
Oh, it's not necessarily that. It's it's just
But the fear of something
it's fear of having to
communicating.
keep,
Yeah,
having to talk.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you got to do it once in a while. Yeah,
No,
everybody that's
but it's
friends with
really
us,
no more for the
listening, you
friends.
all out there, it's okay. We love you, but we hope you love our communication style. We're not trying to be assholes. We're just I don't want to talk to you.
Being assholes. Yeah, not helping our case. But
Not helping. But it's not personal. It's just we
it's
like
just texting.
me time. It's just
Yeah.
texting and texting's emails, and emails don't need to be answered.
Yeah. As simple as that.
just get a podcast that'll force you to communicate with one person weekly.
Exactly. And
It's
then
like
put it on the
therapy
internet so
for us.
everybody listens to it.
Yeah.
If they listen to it.
And then that's another thing. I feel like people that I knew, like in Effingham, like obviously I'm getting to know people here, right? In the very beginning. And they don't really ask about me. And then they start listening to the podcast and then they'd be like, oh, I didn't know this. Oh, I didn't know this. And I'm like, well, you never really asked and we don't really talk in the present. So
here we are.
Here we are.
Thanks
for listening to my thanks for
Yeah.
keeping up with my life. It's
Thanks
like
for having a parasocial relationship with me.
A round of applause.
Yes, that was the goal. It has worked. The internet.
You asked. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway,
we'll try and be better.
We'll try in the new year.
Sorry, not sorry. Kind of sorry. But live in the present with us.
All right.
Ciao, ciao for now.